My friend had an affair and is trying to reconnect with husband. Hi all, I don't know if this has been done before, but I'm writing this post because I'm concerned about my friend. I talked to her 1 week ago and she unloaded a whole lot of things. I was quite surprised to say the least, as I had no idea. Here goes. My friend have been in a relationship for several years and recently got married. She started having an emotional affair for some months, as apparently their relationship wasn't great. She kissed a coworker at a company party after several months of sparring with him. All work related at first, but they quickly became good friends and went on to have beers on Fridays with coworkers and other social happenings. They felt a certain connection every time they meet, and my friend would find time and excuses to stop by to chat spar with him. It evolved and they would message each other and meet up for kisses at work, when finally they meet a couple of times and had time. They started talking about the future together and how it would work out, etc. During this stage she told her husband that she was unhappy in their relationship. They talked about specific things and she needed some time to think. Apparently that got him thinking and started to see a therapist. She kept having the affair. Then they got caught red-handed in the middle of the act in their bed. Obviously, her husband was furious and a huge fight ensued. 24 hours later, after she talked to her coworker, she broke it off with her husband. But as she broke it off, something happened. She told me that after some hours she became overwhelmed with strong feelings towards her husband and felt an urge to stay with him and give it a chance. I'm worried about her. I haven't talked to her in a week as I've been busy with work, holidays and whatnot, and I'm pretty sure she is too. This is what I know from her, 1 week old information. After the fight later in the evening, he looked through her phone. He read all their hot and heavy messages and told her that she never talked and wrote something like that to him, ever. Husband told her early on in their relationship that if she cheated, the relationship would end. Period. But basically right after their fight he told her that he would forgive her for everything and not use it against her. She mentioned this a couple of times when I talked to her. She has told the coworker that they need to keep a distance and no messages other than work related and no sparring. She still has some feelings for him, but didn't elaborate further. Reading here and some other infidelity related subs. One of the key tools of regaining trust is full transparency, among other things. She told him everything from their first kiss up until he caught her in their bed having time with coworker. It's a fine line of not discouraging her in what I believe is a very brave decision, but I also want to warn her that it can hurt even more. What do you think? Let's say she is fully transparent with her electronic devices and whereabouts, starts couple therapy, starts to communicate, and they set some rules. I probably shouldn't interfere, but I feel the need to support her in any way that I can. What are their chances of succeeding? Edit. I'm completely overwhelmed by all your responses and I read each and every one of them, but simply don't have time to respond ATM, but I really appreciate them. Right now I waver about contacting my friend or not, but I probably will. Perhaps sending her a message beforehand and ask if she wants to talk. I've collected some of your advices, so I'm prepared to talk to her. And I know she did something awful, I know. I'll reach out to her and get a feel on her, but as of now I don't feel the need to reconsider my friendship with her. Hard to explain, but I guess you might also have a friend that you initially will support in everything. Story 2. What do cheaters deserve? You know, this is very new to me and I 22 million would rather not discuss the whole report and its concerns. Yes, I made mistakes and I regret them. Yes, I still love her. She 21F has taught me so much in the 2 years we've had. She kissed a guy and the next morning she woke me up with the phone call that she had broken up with me. After 5 days of going back and forth between missing her and being mad at her, I feel a sense of self-control again. This is the second time she's done this, first time hanging out with her ex because our time wasn't good enough for her. The obvious advice is to dump her, and of course I didn't bother when she called me to break up with me. We're going to have a one-on-one conversation and all I want is for her to look me in the eye when she says it and not even bother to apologize. What do such people deserve? What do I earn? Thanks for the support. Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1, if you're looking for an apology from her, you're not going to get. If you're looking for her reasoning, you aren't going to get it. She sounds like she a blame shifter. Cheaters deserve nothing. What you need to know is that you could have been the best FK on earth, the best boyfriend, and she still would have cheated on you. Because that's who she is. A cheater she is broken, not you. You deserve someone who will give love, respect and loyalty to you. She has proven she is not capable of doing those things. You shouldn't waste your time meeting in person, giving her closure she needs, or a chance for her to con you into taking her back again. You should just block her everywhere and behave as if she never existed. Take care of yourself, do something you always wanted to, get in touch with old friends. Redditor follow up, I wish I had done this. This is what my guy did and he was the one that cheated. I am the only girl that never cheated on him. It's crazy. He is also tracking my phone. Like he is being super cray. Hope he gets back to reality. Redditor 2, let me give you big advice. Just walk away, she is literally playing you bro. And she went to her ex just for S-time. S-time was never the problem. She either don't love you or she is still loves her ex more than you. I think you might be good guy and cuddle and find excuses so S-time was the scapegoat when she seen you not good at it. Guidelines 1 leave 2 don't be depressed. Find better things to do you only in 20s 3 be the man that she cannot ever have hit the gym. And final answer she clearly don't deserve you. Redditor 3, why have a face-to-face with her? Nothing good can come of it. Set up the meeting then don't show up and block her on everything. Cheaters deserve noting but the worst life can possibly give them. Update, Redditors were wrong? I am M23 and my cheating ex was F21. This is related to my previous post What Do Scammers Earn? And that post had a lot of comments implying that I was weak or stupid for my actions. It's more about enduring the trauma than what I was supposed to do. I know it was wrong when I didn't just dump a partner of 3 years because he was dating another guy. The thing is, I was really shocked when it all came together so quickly. I processed everything and now I don't feel good, bad or anything. The guy she dated was my boyfriend, specifically the boyfriend I confided in when I was worried she had feelings for her ex. After he and she kissed, I found out that she had slept with her ex early in the relationship, maybe 3 months into a 3-year relationship. When all this came out, I questioned everything, the validity of the last 2 years, the trust I had placed in this friend, in addition to the basic decency we expect from our partners. I guess I just didn't like the judgment I received from some of the comments, as it was a sudden and shocking realization to me that I was still processing. I think this is a tirade, but any support is welcome. It sucks when you put your trust in people and those close to you undermine everything you have invested in them. Love goes to loyal people. Story 3, my girlfriend F20 cheated on me M21 with her best friend. During the summer break my girlfriend cheated on me with her best friend, all the while keeping me in the dark and the general communication was zero. We came back to college and I started hearing dumb things and excuses that lead to fights like, you kiss differently, you've changed, you're not who you were. I haven't changed one bit, I just felt something. One day we had an event at the university and we had a lot of fun. That same night I got a call from her, she was crying and she told me how she cheated on me with her best friend for about 3 months. She told me how she realized she really loved me. I don't like to yell at people or fight, so I immediately cut the call and didn't want to continue talking. He started bombarding me with phone calls. I returned a phone call and told her I didn't want to talk right now and wasn't in the mood to discuss it further. She kept calling me, now her friends joined me too. I received messages and calls left and right, she was crying and not eating. I finally had to answer her call, she cried profusely and she asked me why I didn't talk to her. She kept saying I love you but I couldn't answer anything. I told her I wanted to break up but it blew the lid off her and she started crying really hard. I kind of persuaded her to eat something and not cry, she always said she only wanted me and nothing else. But my confidence was shaken, she made me meet her the next day even though I didn't want to. I told her that I wanted to take a break and that it will take a long time before I get back to normal, she just cried and begged me not to. He kept saying I love you, don't do that, etc. After a while I thought I was being too dramatic and told her I couldn't trust her anymore. She said she would do anything. All I could do was tell her I can't do this. She kept pushing me. Me and my ex were very good friends, we broke up and talked from time to time. She had trouble talking to my ex and made me block her. Finally, I asked her to choose between me or her best friend. I'm not someone who does that. She used to hang out with him and leave me behind, talk to him and sometimes not return my calls, but I trusted her completely. She said she wanted to be with me, she insisted on showing me that she blocked him. Everything was fine until I saw her talking to him on Instagram about a week later. I was hurt, I had started to trust her again to some degree, I immediately confronted her and she blocked it again but I got nothing, she started crying and telling me to beg. After much of this I still agreed to be with her. Now yesterday, I saw these guys chatting again, she never looked at her phone. She was showing me something on Instagram and I immediately confronted her about it. She started telling me how her friend became suicidal and this and that. I called the man directly and spoke to him in front of her and told both of us that I was not okay with it and that she should choose. Now my friend somehow told me that I checked asking her to choose, and by this time I had enough. I asked her to take her things and go to her hostel. I have an apartment. She lives in the hostel. Now I have thought it would be a good idea to talk to one of her friends who was quite reasonable. I called her friend in front of her and she told my friend to do what she thought was right. She took the phone off the speaker and I said, "This is about me. I'd like to listen." At this point she started to leave the room. She had already packed her things, so I angrily told her that if you leave, don't come back. At that point, she decided on the breakup and started to pick up her things and walk out the door. It was quite late at night, and not wanting to let her go in a dangerous situation, I chased her and told her I would take her with me. She refused, but I insisted. Eventually she agreed, by which time she had told her friends and her best friend that we had broken up. But during the ride he hugged me and started crying when he asked me if we were really doing this. I got no answer. What should I do? 1 year update. My girlfriend F20 cheated on me M21 with her best friend. So I wanted to give an update and thank my fellow Redditors. I took the advice and broke up, realizing that the relationship was truly taking my life and it was the worst thing in my life right now. Since then I've met someone who understands me and cares about me. There's no drama. Well, one time I ate the last slice of pizza and she got pretty mad. But yeah, that's the level of drama. We support each other and she makes me a better person. Due to my ex I couldn't focus on my studies, and the breakup coupled with the COVID pandemic gave me plenty of time to study, and I got an internship at a big bulge bracket company, and I'm also working on some personal projects which I like to dedicate of the time. The pandemic also gave me time to realize that I was with the wrong person, and I love many others who love me, be it my family, friends, etc. I really feel liberated. Today I watched what was happening and remembered that this subreddit was the catalyst for change in my life. So thank you, and you are all great. Thanks to you, I went from nights of tears to happy days. Edit 1. Some edits based on comments. Edit 2. Holy smoke. I didn't expect such a reaction. Thank you guys. Edit 3. Such salutary comments. Thanks guys. Story 4. I 24M think my girlfriend 25F is cheating on me. Created a second account away from my main account. My girlfriend has been acting a little differently for the past few days. She didn't return my texts while we were both at work, and I didn't speak to her until I got home. She neglects our animals. She leaves the litter box messy. She doesn't water the dogs. She comes home, and as soon as she gets back she takes a shower and changes her clothes and says that she's going out with her friends. I don't see her until 20 minutes before work in the morning. Even then he doesn't even talk to me other than excuse me when he needs something in the bathroom. I asked her what's wrong and all I get is nothing, I'm fine. In the last few days she has been receiving calls. She has apologized and spent about an hour on the phone. I haven't mustered the courage to put my ear to the door and listen to what she's talking about, nor have I looked through her phone at her. The reason I decided to seek her advice is because I took her car to a service this morning, and in the car I saw that she had receipts from the pharmacy showing a purchase of condoms. Red flags flashed because we don't use condoms. We are in a stage in our relationship where we get pregnant when we get pregnant. We've been together since we were 19, and when that happens, we're both ready and willing to step forward and become parents. At least I think we are still around B to get real. When I use a condom I get hives on my penis. I took him to the doctor and was told I have a latex allergy, so we stopped using it as soon as I got that diagnosis. I was wondering if one of her friends might have bought them and left the receipt. But the chances of that happening are slim. To make me even more paranoid, I saw that she blocked me on Snapchat. I can't see his story and I can't see his score anymore. She always goes out with her friends and I never had a reason to worry. But before that, she always had dinner with me or we just spent some time together. Then she goes out with her friends, then I invite my friends or I work. I'm scared and I'm not really ready to find out the truth. But I need to know. I must. Update. I 24M think my girlfriend 25F is cheating on me. Moving update. She left an hour ago and packed her bags. She brought her friend, who was also my friend, and they were packing. But also laughing like a bunch of teenagers? All I did was sit down and catch up on a few work emails, paying no attention to either. After about 3 hours she had all of her things in boxes. She tried to take some things that belonged to me and I calmly told her that she didn't pay for it, so please leave it to me. I contacted the lovely couple we rent our house from, and they were extremely helpful and let me change all the locks, so my boyfriend and I will do it tonight. It also helps me move my desk and electronics into the spare room since my ex used it as a closet and storage. When she left, I finally saw some remorse, but I think she was just being nice to me because she was happy that she went to that man's house. She gave me a hug to say goodbye and I let her in because it's my way of getting physical closure. Every time he hugged me, he ran his fingers through my hair, and he did that for the last time today. When she left, I felt sad but also optimistic because now I can live in peace without carrying the burden of wondering if she is cheating on me. From now on, my life is just me, my family, my friends, and of course my pets. Thank you all for the nice words and encouragement. If anything else happens, I'll try to remember to update. But until then, I see you everywhere. Change number 2. Wow, thanks so much for your words of wisdom and support. To answer some common questions, since there are too many comments to answer individually, I'll post them here. 1. After this, I have no plans to get back with her. He's made it known who and what he wants, so I'm going to put all my energy into work and family and friends. Even though he crawls back, I don't have his number and he can't contact me. 2. I haven't been her first boyfriend, but I was her first serious boyfriend. We got together when we were 19. I met her on my way to college and she was working at this restaurant just off campus. We were each other's first milestones. Like living together, bringing animals together, giving a big part of our lives to each other. 3. I know there is something better for me. Thanks guys for picking me up. For now, I will only focus on advancing my career and being the man of my family since my father passed away in July. When it's time for me to date someone, I'll know. In time, I will find the good one, an excellent one. 4. With suggestions from my friends and most of you, I'm going to get tested on Monday morning. I don't think anything went around, but you can never be too careful. So yes, Monday morning I'll make sure everything is fine. Edit. I appreciate the advice that NFP is not a form of birth control, I understand that. There's certainly nothing to do if you don't want kids. But before these cheating and sneaking started, we were on the road to marriage. I was planning to propose on our 6th anniversary in January and wanted to start a family right away. For us and the state of our relationship at the time, and especially my latex allergy, felt comfortable. We put in the effort and had no issues or fears for the 5 years we've been doing it. It doesn't work for everyone, so be careful. Please guys, the last thing I want is to be told off that I shouldn't have used that method. I'm just looking for encouragement and kind words. Let's leave all that other stuff aside. Thank you so much. So update: since yesterday I asked her why she got so distant. She didn't give me an answer, so I just asked, is there another guy? I got her to admit she was seeing a guy she met on Tinder. She told me that I was not made for her. She no longer got satisfaction from me and that I was just a weight in her life holding her back. For the record, I didn't stop her from pursuing her dream career, even though we sacrificed an income to achieve it. I have always respected their needs and desires. I like to think I was a good friend to her. She asked for an immediate separation because she would bring certain things to the new man's house. I told him it was fine. But she had to get her things out immediately. I didn't want him to come back 2 or 3 times a week to get his things. She wants nothing to do with our pets, so I keep the cat and give the dog to my mother, who would need some company since my father passed away a few months ago. It's really hard to see how cold it was. No tears or feelings of regret. So tomorrow, Saturday, she's going to take all her stuff in her dad's truck and move into that guy's house. I asked her how long it had been and she said 2 months. It's a bit disgusting because we were still sleeping together at that time. I appreciate those of you watching over me and telling me to use condoms, thank you. But we did this natural family planning where she charted her fertile days and everything, so we weren't going to get pregnant unless we really tried. I'm sad because I learned to love this woman and grew up with her as an individual. I can't believe how much she's changed in the past few weeks. I hope she will find what she really wants and be happy. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1. Lol, she's moving in with a guy she met on Tinder after being with someone for 5 years? When she realizes the mistake she made and begs you for another chance, remember how you're feeling right now. Op answer, that really blew my mind. It's hurtful, but I can only see that relationship going downhill. They are in the can't get enough of each other honeymoon phase that dies fast. Redditor 2, can you imagine being the other guy in this? Why would you get into a relationship with someone who is still living with and sleeping with her boyfriend and let her move in after so short a time? Redditor 3, You should get checked for STDs if you weren't using condoms. Op answer, thankfully my yearly physical is in a couple of weeks so I will be doing just that. Redditor 4, she's scum. She met a guy in Tinder and after 2 months of dating moved in with him. LOL, she's asking for a world of hurt, and she's going to get it. Just desserts here, you dodged a bullet. Redditor follow up, she's scum for cheating, she should have broken up before installing Tinder. She's not a scum for falling out of love though, it's all the other behavior that's ducked up. Especially having time while cheating. What the FCK? Redditor 5, when she comes back, because she may make a stink over the pets once you reject her. Oh God, please reject her. If it's not your name on all the vet's bills and electronic chips, change it to only yours ASAP. Ideally, get it in writing from her that she is ceding full ownership to you with no future rights or claims. And good luck, man. You deserve so much better than this, and I know it's out there for you.